Hello and welcome back to Eurofootball Daily, where with pre-season underway, the transfer news is coming in thick and fast, so let's get straight into it. We start this week with Manchester City, who are looking to add to Scott Carson, who at the moment is their only signing of the summer. Now obviously there's been two big names linked with Guardiola's side. There's Aston Villa's Jack Grealish, but before we discuss him, we'll take a look into the situation surrounding their other target, Harry Kane. Kane, who turns 28 tomorrow, supposedly wants to leave Spurs. City have been both the obvious and preferred destination for England's captain, and the rumours were that the Premier League champions had submitted a £100 million bid, although both clubs would go on to deny that. Then it emerged over the weekend that a deal was close to being done, with £160 million as a reported figure. However, once more City sources have said they will not pay this much. After all, it's almost triple their current transfer record, which was that of Ruben Diaz from Benfica last summer. That fee is reported to be Daniel Levy's asking price, but both Kane and City remain confident that that figure can be brought down. This comes after it was reported that Levy and Kane had a meeting in which the chairman gave his star striker a green light to move on. But any deal seems to be some way off. Will Kane be a Manchester City player by the end of the window, or will he remain stuck in North London? Let us know in the comments below. So to Jack Grealish next, and City are hoping to make progress on the deal involving the Aston Villa star this week. And they might have just reached a breakthrough, albeit with the player and not his employers, having reportedly agreed terms on a huge contract with the 25-year-old. Whilst the exact terms have obviously not been disclosed, it is expected to be a massive improvement on the current £120k a week salary he currently earns. This is despite a last-minute attempt from the Villains to keep their captain in Birmingham, with yet another improved contract offer worth some £200k a week on the table from Grealish's current club. So all that remains to be agreed on is the fee between the two clubs, with the difference currently standing at £10 million. Villa remains steadfast on their £100 million valuation of the England international, while City are reluctant to top their £90 million for Grealish, who has contributed 30 goals for his side since their return to the top flight in 2019. But Guardiola and co might have to move on quickly to secure this deal, as reports of a new suitor for Grealish have emerged. Yet to make a signing this summer, Chelsea are in need of reinforcements if they are to mount a title challenge in Thomas Tuchel's first full campaign at charge at Stamford Bridge. And the German has previously spoken of his admiration of Grealish, having said he is always involved, he has a lot of composure and he is a top player. What he does in the future is in his hands. Of course, a lot of this depends on Chelsea's interest in Borussia Dortmund striker Erling Braut Haaland, with the Blues reportedly lining up a £130 million bid for the Norwegian international. If Dortmund manage to hold on to their star man, the Blues' focus could switch to Grealish. So the longer he remains a Villa player, the more likely other sides enter the race for his signature. So where do you think Grealish will be playing his football next season? As always, let us know in the comments. Before we move on to our next player, make sure you've hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss an EFD upload. Now on to another attacking talent that Villa have been linked up with. Bayer Leverkusen's Leon Bailey has endured an up and down time since joining the German club in 2017, having been linked with the likes of Chelsea and Spurs in the first couple of years after his move. However, an underwhelming 1920 campaign saw him lose his spot in the side and speculation has died down. But the 23-year-old bounced back last season, contributing a career-high 17 goals as Leverkusen qualified for the Europa League, as well as achieving 1.6 key passes, 1.9 shots and 2.5 dribbles a match. Every single one of those figures being higher than any of his teammates. So it's unsurprising to see Bailey linked with a move away from the Bay Arena once more. And as we mentioned, Aston Villa are continuing their pursuit of forward-thinking playmakers, having already signed Emi Buendia and failing in their attempts to sign Arsenal's Emil Smith-Rowe. But it's more than just a link for Villa, having a £25 million bid rejected for Bailey, who has just seen his summer international duty with Jamaica come to an end, as the Reggae Boys fell 1-0 to the USA in the CONCACAF Gold Cup last day on Sunday night. A move though is not completely off the table. Bailey is reportedly open to a move to the Premier League, and as it stands, Villa are the only side openly interested. Keep your eyes on this move in the coming weeks. After years of being one of Europe's most sought after defenders, Kalidou Koulibaly this summer has slipped down the shortlist, with the likes of Sergio Ramos, Rafael Varane and Koundé having attracted all the headlines. But that doesn't mean a move isn't on the cards for the Senegalese international, as he could be joining one of the previously mentioned names on the pitch very soon. New Napoli boss Luciano Spalletti has confirmed the 30-year-old is on the market, despite the fact he has called the centre-back one of the best players he's ever worked with, despite only taking over at the Stadio San Paolo in May. Clearly a fan of Koulibaly, who has made 283 appearances for the club, Spalletti has accepted that he may not be able to do enough to convince him to stay in southern Italy. So who is interested? Well, according to Corriere dello Sport, PSG have held talks with Koulibaly's agent, having identified him as the ideal partner to Sergio Ramos in the heart of their defence. This would free up Marquinhos to play in the defensive midfield role he's often frequented in recent years, or potentially as a part of a new look back three under Mauricio Pochettino. Having a number of injury struggles in the last couple of years, missing 23 matches after being essentially injury-free between 2017 and 2019, Napoli won't be able to command the €90 million fee they were after then, especially considering he's only just 2 years left in his remaining deal. A Coppa Italia winner last season, it looks like after a long time linked with a move away, Koulibaly may finally get his wish. And there's no better place to move if he wants to grow that trophy cabinet. Staying in Italy now with a player that, if Juventus have anything to say about, will not be leaving the country. A breakout star at Euro 2020, Federico Chiesa bagged 2 goals as the Azzurri won their first international tournament since the 2006 World Cup. And whilst the 23-year-old is already a sensational player in Serie A, making over 150 appearances and contributing 59 goals since his debut for Fiorentina in 2016, this summer catapulted him into the football mainstream. Chiesa is now courting the attention of a number of top European clubs. Although the reality is that the Bianconeri don't feel under any pressure to sell their winger, even though he isn't officially their player for another 12 months. He is currently on loan from La Viola, but Juventus have a conditional obligation to make the transfer permanent for an initial €40 million. But one club has already tested their resolve, with Liverpool reportedly having a €100 million offer rebuffed by the Chiefs at the Allianz Stadium. But with only Ronaldo and Morata contributing more than Chiesa's 8 goals and 8 assists, Max Allegri sees him as an integral part of his attack as the old lady looked to put last season's disappointing 4th place behind them. Liverpool on the other hand are looking to revamp their attack ahead of the upcoming campaign, with Xherdan Shaqiri having already signalled his intentions to leave Anfield, and Origi and Minamino having failed to make a lasting impression under Jurgen Klopp. However, it looks unlikely that Chiesa will be joining up with Firmino, Mane and Salah, as they'll be likely priced out of any move away from Juventus this summer. We round this week's edition of Euro Transfer Talk off with a visit to Madrid, where the future of one outcast has to be determined. In a year that has seen Real Madrid lose Sergio Ramos on a free, Rafael Varane to United, as well as the expected departure of Gareth Bale for no cost next summer too, Isco seems to be the next name on the list to see his footballing future away from the Bernabeu. It is now an inevitability that Isco will be leaving Los Blancos next summer, when his contract expires, as a 29-year-old has seen his minutes dwindle over recent years, especially when Zinedine Zidane has been the man in the dugout. The Spaniard made just 8 La Liga starts last campaign and featured for just 899 minutes in total, his lowest since the 2010-11 season with Valencia, when he made just 4 substitute appearances as an 18-year-old. So what's next for the 38-capped international? Well, he would be allowed to leave this summer should a bid come in for him, but as yet, no club has made an official approach to Real Madrid. Any offer of around £50 million is believed to be enough for Florentino Perez, with Arsenal having been linked with the attacking midfielder over the last year. However, should no move be made, then Carlo Ancelotti is happy to incorporate Isco into the squad ahead of the 2021-22 campaign, although it's hard to see him playing a major role as his 8 years with Real Madrid approaches the end. So that's it for Euro Transfer Talk for another week. Was there any rumours that we missed out? Let us know in the comments below. As always, if you haven't already, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time.